Hey there everybody, welcome on back to the Cars Garage. So, today as you can see we have one of the first releases of 2022, and that is of course Rusteze Racing Center Lightning McQueen. So definitely one of my favorite variants of McQueen. I mean, you can never go wrong with metallic red and metallic gold mixed together into the same car. I mean, his expression is perfect. Really, it's just an amazing variant of McQueen. But of course, he is pretty easy to get, so that makes his value go down quite a bit. He's not really worth anything. But he was when he was first released in 2017 for the debut of Cars 3, because he had a gold packaging. I'll put it on screen so you guys can see. And he was like a Target exclusive. So of course I was never able to get him because I'm from Canada. We don't have Targets. So yeah, here he is. But now he was released pretty much, I think, every single year after. No, not in 2020 though. Or 21. So yeah, he was released 2017, 18, and 19. But he missed out on 2020 and 2021. So I guess, yeah, he's back this year. I was forgetting. I thought he was released every year, but no. Technically not. But it doesn't really matter because his hype, there was no hype for him. Everyone was tired of seeing him, unfortunately. Of course, you can see back there, as seen in Cars 3, a couple earlier 2022 releases like Rusteze Cruz, and then Rusteze McQueen himself, Kurt, APB, or Kurt with bug teeth, APB, and liability. So, nothing too exciting back there. All of those things, all of those cars became quite monster peg warmers, or pretty easy to find on the pegs. I love his a nice expression though. That was actually nice to see back, because in 2017 he didn't have an expression, of course. Because no cars did in that year. But last year he was released. Same paint job, but different variant. This is the muddy Rusteze Racing Center McQueen. But I really like this version. He'll be released in 2023. Case B, I believe. I didn't bother opening him up yet though, just because, I don't know, I probably won't open this one up now. I'll probably just wait and open the 2023 version. So I like that packaging more on 2021. He looks really good on the Red Rider's background though, that's for sure. One of the few cars that I think do, because I don't really like this packaging that much. We're not going to be unboxing this guy today though. I already have him opened up. This is a new variant, technically, not a new Thailand variant, but the variant is he has two little holes in the bottom. That was something every single McQueen released this year in 2022, and I believe going forward now, they will have those little holes in the base. So that's interesting. Obviously for the new mater with his larger tow hook so he can tow them. But yeah, we already have regular old Chinese-made Rusteze McQueen, Rusteze Racing Center McQueen here, and he is almost the exact same. So why don't we take a look at him? Well, this is a pretty prominent paint job for McQueen in Cars 3. He uses it quite a bit, and I mean, it's technically not really a paint job. That's the thing. It's more of an electronic suit, I guess. It's hooked up to Cruz's like built-in computer. That little lightning bolt there makes like little sounds. It lights up, and it's connected to the Hamilton voice, which is voiced by Lewis Hamilton. I always thought that was weird. And Cruz talks to that Hamilton computer guy. I don't know. I never cared for that scene, the whole Rusteze Racing Center. I just thought it was too high tech. It just didn't work. But of course, it was necessary to show McQueen was kind of, aging out of the game now, out of the loop. So I guess it was necessary. But yeah, this technically isn't a paint job, because in Thomasville, when McQueen is, rediscovering himself, if you guys remember, he's doing the moon shining with no headlights, and he jumps up on that cliff, and his whole paint job, or electronic suit, it all comes apart, and his classic design is revealed. Well, it's classic Cars 3 design, so I love that scene. That's the McQueen I know. So of course, it's a very cool design. It's very simplistic and modern. Now, I'd assume if McQueen would have retired, and one of the next gens, like Kurt or Gabriel or Aiden, whoever, from the Rusteze Racing Center, that they would have taken over. Actually, it would have been Kurt, because Sterling said that at the Florida 500. He said, give the number to Kurt for the next race, I believe. It probably would have been this exact same paint job Kurt would have been equipped with. So that's something to think about. It's very simplistic, of course. It kind of brings back the classic lightning bolt design instead of the flames. I just love how it's a very modern, but it's, I don't know, it's like clean and nice. A nice 95 like integrated into the lightning bolt. He has metallic rims. They're very, very shiny. So cool. And then the Rusteze text, new logo, is like built into the lightning bolt. It's pretty cool. It's like a foil. At least it's like a foil paint. I wouldn't say it's not like a compressed sticker. A lot of the next gens have foil paint on them. His back, again, it's just weird because it looks like a next gen paint job, but it's on McQueen, and McQueen just, doesn't fit this design. But I think he does from the front. The back looks a little strange. The giant Rusteze. Like, his back is probably the most outdated section of McQueen, I would say. It's so flat. His taillights are a little old looking. His spoiler, of course. That's what I think was a missed opportunity, was not giving McQueen a spoiler like he had in Cars 2. Like, not the same one, but a different one. More like a wing rather than this kind of spoiler. Because I think that would have made him look much more like modern to be able to compete against the next gens. But this spoiler is pretty cool, as you can see. It's just like the Rusteze. It's like most of the letters are cut off, but you know what it says. I love the logo on the front, how it's like curved almost. It's pretty cool. And his expression too doesn't really mimic how he acts with this expression in the show, because usually he's sad or like annoyed when he has this suit on. But I guess kind of like when he's at Fireball Beach, I guess. But that is kind of this version right here, which we'll get to in a second. But very nice design, no doubt about it. There's not much to talk about because it is pretty simple. It's just metallic red and metallic gold. I mean, such a cool color scheme. 95 on top, and instead of having his McQueen like signature writing in his cursive font, he has, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't really like that they did this because it doesn't look like a signature. It looks, it just looks like font. It says Lightning McQueen on both sides. Yeah, that's probably my least favorite part about him, but it's not Mattel, more Pixar. Well, let's do a quick comparison now of the Thailand and Chinese-made Rusteze Racing Center McQueens. Obviously, the biggest difference is probably the eyes. They're now a plastic insert. The windows are still plastic inserts as well. And of course, it just doesn't look as good, to be honest. The number is slightly bigger, which is actually more inaccurate. So, I mean, definitely not a better variant. No, I wouldn't say better, that's for sure. Chinese one is much better, I would say. So definitely not worth opening that one. Now, there are, of course, quite a few other ones to compare them to. Here's the Fireball Beach Rusteze Racing Center McQueen, I believe it is called, from a 4-pack in 2017. Basically, it's just a sandy version, but I don't know. I used to like him a lot, but now I'm thinking it just doesn't look very realistic. I mean, that doesn't look like sand at all. And I don't know why they put the Lightyear text over his tires, which are sandy. It doesn't make sense. It reminds me of the new Cars on the Road Salt Flat Racers, how they just make them all, their entire wheels white. And, just look unrealistic. Because sand doesn't stick to the entire tire and rim. That's for sure. And then we have the Golden Lightning McQueen. But this isn't the Rusteze Racing Center version. This is just the regular Rusty's Cars 3 version of McQueen, but he is metallic, so I thought I'd show him. He's pretty cool. From last year, 2021, for the 15-year anniversary. And then we have the Rusteze Racing Center McQueen Mini Racer, who is also made from Thailand. So of course he shares more similarities to that 2022 variant I just showed. But I mean, all the decals are pretty much the same, just a little more foil rather than gold, I guess. Like a foil paint, I would say. I just like this one much more. I think it looks more accurate to him in the movie. Like, this one's just too metallic to the point where, like, he is metallic in the movie, but he's not. You know, like, that yellow is really not even metallic. It shouldn't really technically be gold, but it looks cool, so I don't really care. It looks, you know, it doesn't have to be exactly accurate, but I like it to be pretty accurate most of the time. But of course, since it's the Cars 3 McQueen, he uses the slimmer model, which is kind of unfortunate because, you know, I never understood why they did that. It just doesn't make sense because he doesn't change his model in the movie, so I don't really understand. Anyways, we have lots of other cool 2022 McQueens. Here's Spin Out Lightning McQueen. Let me put him into focus here. He's pretty rare, I would say, for 2022. Nice variant. And then we have, of course, just a regular McQueen from Cars 1. World Grand Prix McQueen from Cars 2. Here's Holiday Hotshot McQueen, who's pretty similar because he's metallic. And Bugmouth McQueen, and there are quite a few others too. There's Bling Bling McQueen, Transforming McQueen. Actually, that might be it, I forget. So when McQueen first arrives at the training center, you know, he's pretty optimistic about the whole experience. He wants to train on the new simulator and everything. But Cruz is just so annoying to him. She just doesn't let him do anything. That's why I can't stand Cruz. I think she's one of the worst new characters ever, or one of the worst characters of the whole franchise. She gets a little better as the movie goes on, but, you know, she's still pretty bad. A lot of people like Cruz, which I find hard to believe. Here's our Sandy version, too, from Fireball Beach. Yeah, I don't know, I just think she's portrayed in a really bad, annoying way. But here's Sterling, of course. Sterling acts, you know, he owns Rusteze. Buys it off Dusty and Rusteze. Or Dusty and Rusteze. Sterling. There's his license plate. I know, he just acts like a good guy to McQueen. Tries to make him think he's all for McQueen, all for his racing career, but really he just wants the money. And he wants to put new racers on the scene so Rusteze will win in the Piston Cup. Because obviously McQueen wasn't winning. There's Kurt back there too. Kurt's not very nice to McQueen, or I forget if it was Kurt or someone else, but one of the trainees tell McQueen how's it hanging, drip pan, because Cruz puts a drip pan under him, treats him like an old man. But yeah. Anyways, McQueen is about 35 at the time in Cars 3. I never understood that. I always thought he was only like 11 because that would be how old this model is because he's a 2006 model. But, of course, it makes sense. He is, I mean, 35 isn't old, but it's old for a Piston Cup racer, I guess. And here's Millie. She has a nice little encounter with McQueen in this paint job. She's just a little Buffo-matic, or, no, that's her vacuum. I forget, she's just a little pitty who cleans the floors at the training center. I did a showcase on her, one of my first ones I did, about a year ago now. She was released last year, 2021, so definitely do a review on her very soon. She was released 2022 as well. I have both versions in the package, so I have 3 Millies, which is a bit insane. And here is Kurt, or no, it's Jay with VR headset, but they mislabeled him as Sudeep, of course. It was the wrong one. This is actually Jay with his VR headset on. Also appears at the training center, so I'll be reviewing him soon too, because I'm pretty sure I'm getting him for Christmas, and I already have one here. We'll see what one's on a better card, and then we'll decide one to open. But anyways, that will have to do it for Rusteze Racing Center Lightning McQueen. Definitely, I think my favorite car is 3 variant of McQueen. Probably one of my all-time favorite variants, though. Even though he is, you know, easy to come by, he's not rare or anything. I still think he's pretty cool. Although, he was only released in one case, Case A, I believe, in 2022. So, you'd think he would become rare, but he's really not. Unfortunately. I think that'll have to do it, though. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on the Cars Garage for some more fun. I don't know exactly what review it'll be, but it'll probably be... I don't know. I have this cool variant of Cruz, Thomasville, we could do, maybe. Not sure. I also have... I would like to do a review on Damage the King. I did a showcase on him. One of my all-time favorite cars, so... we'll see what we do next. But anyways, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next time on the Cars Garage.